The power of transformation is in our love. We've got each other, and God's got us. Power of transformation is in our love. We've got each other, and God's got us.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, it's a beautiful day. In the neighborhood, as Mr. Rogers used to always say, and a beautiful day it is, you understand me? You know why it's a beautiful day? Because I'm right next to my beautiful, lovely, voluptuous, virtuous, anointed, oh, I can say in everything that I am. You understand me? My beautiful wife, Miss Miko Carter, most definitely in the building. You already know. You understand me? That's her. Yeah, that's mine. Is that your wife? Yeah, that's mine. That's her. That's her right there. That's my wife right there, Miss Miko Carter.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining with us.
That's all you gotta say.
That's all I always say. You know, I be short and sweet. I leave you to do the big, huge introduction because that's what you do.
Well, you understand me. Check this out. You understand me. You know, today we have a very nice pop. I like how that pop up there on the screen right there. Today we have a very wonderful topic. You understand me? And I'm trying to tell you this topic right here is the doggone best topic ever. You understand me? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what y'all been waiting for.
I like how you do that. I do. I like how you do that. But what I think, it just be like it be like loud.
It's loud because you got the headphones in your ear. You don't need them.
But when you, so it's, I don't need my headphones.
You don't really need them.
Oh well, I'll take them off.
You understand?
Okay.
I can hear everything. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear everything. You know, and once we have a sound engineer who can take care of all that stuff there, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like.
But for the meantime, in between time, you understand me? I guess it's just me who right up here doing all this here, right? But it's all good. You understand? I'm gonna teach my little young boy how to do it in a minute. You know, but it's all good. He got to practice. But anyway, today's topic, right?
You gonna tell me I can't I'm putting my stuff on.
Today's topic, right, is sex and intimacy. Yeah. Ooh, boy. Yeah, boy. Today's topic is brought to you by me.
He can do this all by himself. I mean, he don't need me because he gets in here and he gets it popping, baby.
It's all good. So
I mean,
you know,
it's okay, babe. You be doing your thing. I like that because you know I be kind of on the chill side. So you come in and you be
all right. You know,
He always say when we watch our own podcast, he be like,
so
you just be up there so serious and everything.
So today's topic is on sex and intimacy, right? And a lot of people don't know that there's a difference between the two, right? I understand, right? I understand a lot of you ladies may be in a relationship with men, and a lot of men may be in a relationship with some ladies that they know how to have sex. They know how to do sex. They know the sex thing. They know the bang, 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 bang. They know that part. You understand me? They know how to drop it like it's hot. They know how to bag it up. They know how to get it in. They know how to take their car driving in the driveway and park. You understand me? But it's very seldom do people have intimacy, right? Sex refers to physical activity involving sexual or sexual organs that result in pleasure and reproduction. That's sex right there. Whereas intimacy, on the other hand, refers to emotional closeness and connection between individuals, right? While sex can be a part of intimacy, it is not the same thing, right? I'm gonna just put that out there. Can be a part. While it can be a part of intimacy, it is not the same thing. Intimacy can also be expressed through non-sexual activities such as holding hands, cuddling, or even having deep conversations. And that's another thing. You can be intimate through those text messages. You understand me? Ooh, girl, what color you got on? You understand me? You know what I'm talking about. What color you got on? You understand me? You got that lace on there. You got that lace on there. You understand me? What you got? The French? What you got? BK? What you got? What you got? Show me what you got. And I don't want no pork chop.
I knew you was about to say that. Silly Lord Jesus, help him.
All right, come on.
All right.
What are some, since we're here, we're talking about the sex and intimacy, and be okay to get in the comments and make a comment. So we want to know what y'all feel, right? What are some ways to show intimacy, right? So some ways, and I'm gonna let you expound on after, right? Right. Some ways to show intimacy may include physical touch, right? Sharing personal thoughts and feelings, spending quality time together, showing appreciation and affection, and engaging in activities that foster emotional connection. Like those touches. Just like, we last episode we talked about 5 love languages, right? Which those love languages are a part of intimacy, right? Everything, people don't just, just drop the drawers and go bang, 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 you know what I'm saying? What about everything that leads up to it, right? We gonna meet up later on tonight. Right, I like early in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Early morning is the best time. Everything is marinated overnight, But anyway, so anyway, it's like, when you can, be at work or whatever, and you send them text messages, might send a photo or something like that. I'm talking about married folks right now, you understand me? I'm talking about married. We married, we can talk about this stuff here. So you can send those text messages, oh, baby, how you doing? Oh, what you doing? What you got on? You understand me? I'm talking about underneath, you understand? Nothing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and you be preparing. Right? And if she make it home before you make it home before her. Now you then got some, a meal prepared or something like that. Or you may go out to eat or something like that, and you're rubbing, doing footsie underneath the table. All that stuff there plays a part in intimacy.
Yes, it does.
Okay, what you got to say?
It does play a part in intimacy. So you was talking about physical touch, right? Physical touch is a big part. You also said something about the last thing you said about being physical touching and all that kind of stuff in certain places.
I know your certain places.
I know. You don't know my certain places. We talking about like places for us like outdoor, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like not just in the bedroom.
Oh, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Oh, okay. So, intimacy can take place anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yes.
Outside the door, outside at the restaurant, in the barber shop. You understand me? While
and
you're
it
on
should
the grill.
take place.
Everywhere.
Yep. You're in the mall, you're walking around, you're holding hands. That's a form of intimacy. So.
Yeah.
So that, it's that's one of them things where, I guess I'm thinking everybody know what intimacy is, but I'm assuming, I'm thinking that everybody know what intimacy and sex is different, but I guess everybody don't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know.
They don't know.
And you know what's crazy? A lot of older people don't know it because they never experienced it. They never, you have some ladies out here who never really been had intimacy. They have some ladies out here who never reached that peak.
Right.
You understand me? And that's you know what I'm saying? And when it finally happened, like, God dang, this is what I've been waiting my whole life to experience this here. You understand? And what's sad is they haven't reached that, or he or she haven't reached that because they never been exposed to it. They probably never really experienced it, right? They probably never saw the parents, playing around or whatever it is. Not the sex part, but I'm just saying though how the wife come home and the husband come home, smack her on the behind or something like that.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of that type of stuff go on with the older folks.
Yeah.
You know, you in the kitchen and you're cooking and they standing behind you, they rubbing on you, they grinding on you. You know, a lot of times you can do that.
I don't see nothing wrong.
You know, a lot of times, couples do that. But it kind of, it varies. You know, you don't want to be too intimate. Well, you can be intimate, like that, but, you got to be mindful when you kind of cutting up like that. You got some young ones running around. Mm-hmm. Some people kind of shy away from that. So you got to sneak and kind of do it a little bit, which it makes it a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
So.
That's most of it. But, I just got a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just got this question right here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's your question?
How much sex is too much? That two should have been with a double O. Too much. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Just leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? I just want, how much sex is too much? And I can honestly say, you understand me, I don't know how much sex is too much, right? To somebody fall out, right? To somebody, you going to break your back or something like that. How much sex is too much? I don't know about that one right there.
Well, I guess it's not like how much sex is too much in one setting. It's just like how much sex is too much. Like 3 times a week is too much sex for somebody. 2 times, 3 times in one day. It can be too much sex for somebody. That's the question.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
It does. So we want y'all to comment below.
Because I know for
leave
the fellas,
a comment and let
after
us
they
know.
get that first one on out the way, you understand, they retire, but they got to retire for a little moment, you understand?
Over.
But when it come right back, baby, bang, bang, go to
the next day
bunny,
or something.
You understand
the
me?
Next day. The next day or something, yeah.
Boy, I try to
it can't happen. It can't happen 2, 3, 4 times in one day. But they got some people that's actually sexually active like that.
They call them, I forgot what they call them. Neophyte?
Oh, I don't know, because you messed with me last episode when I couldn't get that word out, what it was. Some word I couldn't get out. So what word you looking for, sir?
I don't know. I'm nymphoman, something. I don't know.
Nympho?
I don't know. I'm just saying, though. I don't know.
Siri, help my husband figure out this word.
Siri dead.
She is. But yeah, that's the word you're looking for.
So you talking about how much sex is too much,
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
How much sex is too much?
Well, shucks. It depends. That depends on
individual.
On the person.
Yeah, it does. But we that was a question, that I thought that, people can answer in the comments below.
Yeah, answer those in the just answer those in a comment.
Right. And then another thing is, how often should a healthy couple have sex? Addition to that. How much sex is too much, and then also
how often should a healthy couple have sex? As often as possible. As often as if they ready. You know what I'm saying? As often as possible. Because one day the motor gonna stop, the train gonna stop rolling.
The motor gonna stop running. The motor gonna stop running, really?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
The motor gonna stop running. So listen. So how often should a healthy couple have sex? That also depends on the individual. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shucks, that's where you need to leave a comment below as well to let us know what y'all think on that. But in my opinion, how often should a healthy couple have sex? Well, in my opinion, you should at least, if there's 7 days in a week, you should at least be having sex 7 days a week.
Baby, go tell about the boy. I got no go tell you, boy.
No, honestly, I feel like if for a healthy couple, you should be having sex every day. I'm sorry.
Woo!
Yeah, you should be having sex every day. Yeah, I really feel like you should. Everybody should have sex every day. Because I know if I go too many days without having sex, I start to have an attitude.
I know I get an attitude. I get an attitude. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? What I did?
I know I get an attitude for sure. Yeah, for sure. Attitudes will arise.
Yeah, attitudes will arise.
But I feel like 7 days is a healthy number. You know, some people, they got a lot of people out there that have sex at least twice a day.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Like
right?
Morning and evening. In the morning
and then at night.
Is the best time.
Mm-hmm. It is.
In the morning, like I just stated earlier, I'm like, everything is marinated overnight, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like putting, marinating something, and you marinate
overnight.
Yeah, early
so
in the morning. You understand?
How often you think a healthy couple should be having sex?
As often as they want.
Oh.
Whenever that thing jump up.
Oh, Lord Jesus, as often as they want.
As often as they want.
Right. Yeah.
No, if it jump up, jump on.
Lord Jesus.
As long as it jump up, you jump up on it. You jump up on it.
Lord, help him, please. He cuts up. He cuts up. He cuts up.
I'm not cutting up. You understand me?
Yeah, you cutting up.
I don't know why I'm cutting up, you know what I'm saying? I ain't cutting up,
No, you're not cutting up that bad, but you definitely is cutting up. So what?
What?
So what?
I ain't saying nothing. You said.
So you said as often as they.
As often as possible, as often as they're willing to do, right? As often as your partner is willing to do, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go every day, twice a day, every day, every other day, whatever it is, you understand me? That's what to each his own, Shucks, you got to know to each his own, and wherever you get it at, shucks.
What you mean wherever you get it at?
Because that's the next.
So the question is, yes, he added it to the viewers to see what are the best places to have sex. So see, a lot of this is we asking our viewers, get some response down in the comments below. See what you guys have on y'all brain when it comes to sex and intimacy. How many people know what intimacy is.
Intimacy versus sex. Sex is this dropping drawers and going in.
Right.
Bang, 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 bang.
And intimacy is more cuddling.
It's more cuddling and kissing and caressing.
Holding hands.
Holding hands and stuff like that. PDA.
Another thing is too that a lot of people do that a lot of people don't really talk about, but when you pillow talk, that is very much intimacy.
Yeah.
And most couples have pillow talk at night. They talk about everything and everybody.
And I don't like talking about it.
Oh, but you still have pillow talk, so don't even do that. All people do pillow talk, baby. That is a number one form of. That's my favorite part of intimacy. It's pillow talk because you get down there and you get to talk about everything. Everything, anything, good, bad, the ugly, Now, so the thing is, where are the best places to have sex?
Anywhere she dropped them draw.
You know what? You acting like a ninja.
I'm saying though.
You talking like a ninja.
Well,
Anywhere she dropped them drawers.
But listen.
And the crazy part about it is you saying all that about anywhere she dropped them drawers, but you ain't even rocking like that. You ain't rocking like that. You is not rocking like that. At least far as I know, now I don't know.
Wait
You
a minute.
rocking like that?
Oh man.
You ever rock like
you
that?
You drop them anywhere? Do you drop them?
I drop them anywhere you tell me to drop.
Oh,
no,
what's
don't play with me.
Don't need to be explained, America.
Do not play with me.
Don't need to be explained in the backyard barbecue. At the cookout, at the family reunion, in the elevator, on the 20,000 feet in the air, on the airplane, waving like you just don't care. Beware.
Now, we was on the plane before.
Well, we had too many people. Look, but don't worry about it. First class, baby, you understand me? On that international flight, first class, we got a whole booth.
So listen,
Up in the clouds.
So let me say this. I think it's cute if you're on a plane, first class, not first class, right? And it's even, I think it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Exciting.
Yeah.
It brings a little bit more excitement when you're on a plane, right? And it's 3 people to the seat, right? It's 3 people.
Yeah, 3 people to see. What the hell?
You looking nervous, man. I'm
saying. You said 3 people to the seat.
Yes, it's 3. You know the planes you have 3 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You sitting next to your spouse and you fondling your spouse. You know what I'm saying?
What a third person in?
I'm saying because you sneaking and doing it is why I'm saying. Babe.
You talking about sex, you talking about fondling.
That's all the same thing. That's
No, I'm talking about you getting it in, right?
I get that, but I'm just saying, we
gonna have all 3 seats.
Sneaky, freaky stuff.
Yeah, just sneaking and doing. We gonna have all 3 seats. The international flights got more than the 3. They have a bigger row.
Yeah, I know that. Right, but
we gonna make sure if you ain't doing first class, make sure you get all the seats on the row. Mm-hmm. And you won't do it.
Oh, that ain't going down like that.
I'm thinking about it right now. Let's go catch a flight.
About to catch another flight.
Oh,
I'm about to make one a bite. Crazy. Yeah, but so that I think having different places, you know what I'm saying? Different places where you can actually, sneak in and get it. Like another place is the movies. See, I'm the type of person I like to see these places that I'm naming. I like to bring blankets, right? So the places that I'm talking about, I bring blankets. So if a blanket is laid across my lap, I'm expecting you to, put your hands there.
Don't be telling all that little business out here. You understand me?
I'm just being honest. There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Go to the movies with the Carters at.
Yeah, so if I'm in the movies and I got my blanket, what's wrong with that? But police.
We gonna do the commercial.
Not y'all, you can't handle it. Go look commercial break.
Right? We gonna go do this quick commercial.
He can't even find it. Where your mind at?
What's up, beautiful people? I'm Miko Carter.
And I'm Dr. Ramon Carter. And listen, we are honored to be a part of the Rib Syndicate's Power Couples Unite happening July 26th. This isn't your typical couples event. This is a movement designed for married couples, engaged couples, or even couples dreaming of building a business together.
Exactly. If you're tired of surviving and ready to start thriving in love, in leadership, in business, this event is going to shift the way you see partnership.
Expect real tools, real talks, and real transformation. Ain't nothing surface level about this. You'll laugh, you'll grow, you'll build with other powerhouse couples on the same mission
This is your moment.
to reignite, to refocus, and rebuild together. Check out the site www.theribsyndicate.org and secure your spot. Let's unite and thrive. See y'all July 26th. And we here. Started from the bottom, now we here. So,
Then where we left off at.
we were talking about good places to have it at. You know what I'm saying?
And I was talking about them blankets.
And guess what? Let me tell you something.
What you
Listen
say?
to me. Listen to me clearly, America. Let me tell you something about those spontaneous moments, right? Because that's what you were just describing, right? You know, you go to the movies, you have your blanket or whatever. Those memorable moments, you're keeping your relationship spicy. You're keeping it spicy. You're like, ooh, remember we was in the elevator, right? And we way on the 50th floor or something like that somewhere, and we stopped the elevator. You know what I'm saying? Remember we was, right there on the beach, right? Remember we was on the airplane. Remember we went to what you calling them party and we snuck in the room, right? Remember we went to the house party and we snuck in the bath. I'm just saying, but spontaneous moments. You know what I'm saying? Those spontaneous moments are the moments that brings longevity to the relationship.
Yeah, and they some of the best moments.
Yeah, some of the best moments.
Yep, they're some of the best moments. That's why I like certain places where I like to keep my blanket. 'Cause it's just, But I ain't gonna say nothing about the blanket no more because he looking at me like he's Michael Jackson.
I ain't no doggone Michael Jackson.
You looking at me like you Michael Jackson. I'm talking about Blanket. Ain't that his son name? Blanket?
Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with that.
But I'm saying I'm talking about the blanket and you keep looking at me like I'm talking about a child.
You done messed up got doggone blanket. Michael
Police.
Jackson, you understand me?
Police.
Anyway.
But anyways. See, this is one of them topics, See, the last episode, he was all into it. Now we really talking about it. I got to be mindful what I say and what I can say and what I can't say. What?
I ain't saying nothing. You understand me? Shucks.
That's his favorite word. Oh, shucks. There it is. Yes. Follow me.
Follow Miko Carter on Facebook. And Ramon Carter Senior on Facebook.
Yes. Like, subscribe to our channel. If you're enjoying our podcast, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up. We know you're enjoying this. And don't be afraid to put in your comments. Put your comments in the chat. Type them in the chat. Leave a comment below. Give us your opinions.
Yes.
Right? Because everybody's opinion matters.
Yes. Episode number 13, baby. That's what we on.
We're on 12.
Is it 12? I thought we was on 13. We're on episode 12?
I think. I don't know.
Oh, I thought I was keeping up. But anyway, it don't matter. So back to it. So, what are some good sex games to play? That's the next thing. You don't know no good sex games to play?
Kiss cats get a little bit.
I knew he was gonna say that. My God, I knew he would. I know you. And I knew you was gonna say that, right? But
we are experiencing technical difficulties.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Moving in slow motion or something. That's all right. We're gonna get through it. We got through it.
Right.
We got through it.
It's good.
All right. So, I feel like I knew you was gonna say that, but they have like these deck of cards that remember I actually bought 2 deck of cards, remember? And they had we played it on one of our episodes.
Those was a couple of conversations.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a good. That's
those wasn't sex game. That was just topics.
I mean, but it leads up to No, listen. The deck of cards that we had was on conversation, but they got other decks of cards that leads to sex,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You agree?
It depends on what game it is.
I mean, I was speaking on that because I know that brings, when you play those type of games, that kind of, leads to that bedroom action. And they got some other stuff, I feel like that leads to the bedroom action.
But one thing, when we talk about intimacy, there happen to be three types of intimacy, right? You have emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, and sexual intimacy, right? Emotional intimacy is a deep feeling of closeness and trust. That's emotional intimacy. Then the physical intimacy includes touching in a way that enhances feelings of closeness and desire, right? If I touch you in, a certain spot or whatever, you might, you know what I'm saying, just get that touch, you know what I'm saying? And sexual intimacy combines, right? It combines the physical act of sex with emotional closeness and trust, right? If that makes any sense. In general, intimacy involves a particular level of closeness when you're dealing with the intimacy, right? People don't talk about intimacy enough, and which I think they should, especially in relationship and in the marriages. There has to be a higher level of intimacy, right? Especially if you want some duration of your marriage. It has to be a high level of that intimacy. You know,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of intimacy.
now sex don't require intimacy. Anybody go have sex.
Yeah.
Again, you need to go bang, 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 bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like any man can go bang something. You're like a dog without a leash. You know what I'm saying? The dog will go hump on everything, even on your leg if you let him. You know what I'm saying? But when you have intimacy, it brings along with it affection, right? You understand that intimacy and how you grab that person by the head or something like that, or and
Yeah, the way you touch that person when you are having intimacy.
yeah.
A lot of people don't. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people. I guess I could put this off on men. A lot of times, men can have sex and they don't display intimacy, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? They don't like. I know for women, a lot of times when they have sex, they it's like an automatic intimacy that shows up. And men can just have sex and it just be that. But women always, it's always some form of intimacy going on with a woman when they have sex. You agree or you disagree with that?
It's a little bit. I believe the issue with a lot of men, with some men, right, when it comes, and I believe a mental health expert. Well, shucks, I did that. I've been mental health counseling and everything. May be a problem with trust and connection to each other, right? A lot of men don't put their trust.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying like on a level to where so men can. So let me just say, like men can sleep with multiple women, right? You know what I'm saying?
And don't have a connection.
And don't have no connection, right? But very seldom will you find a woman have sex with a male and don't have no connection. They don't have some form of connection there.
And then you got some women just like the old brother. Just jump on, all right?
But it's very seldom that you'll run across them type of women. They have them out there. I'm not going against that, but not as much as the men. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, men got, they got it bad.
Yeah.
They just bang,
So
bang,
let me
bang,
ask you
bang.
this. Do you talk about any of that in your book?
About intimacy?
Yeah.
I talk about a broken man, how he can tell you, that's the emotional broken man.
Yeah. So
The emotional broken man, I speak a little bit on that in the book. So that book, The Broken Man, you can get that right now. by going to Amazon.com, type in Ramon A. Carter, or you can just go into Linktree, Linktree/Ramon Carter Sr., and you can find that book, The Broken Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, The Broken Man was just released April the 1st. Shout out to my husband, The Broken Man.
So,
Yeah. So
where are we? All right. So we can you have one without the other? I believe we answered that. You can have sex without intimacy. Many men
and you can have
just go on
intimacy
and do
without
it. You know
sex.
what I'm saying? Higher levels of intimacy are associated with higher levels of sexual desire in long-term romantic relationships. Right? It should be right when you marry. You should have some high levels of intimacy. You know, you just gotta have it, right? I don't know if that sound a little plain or whatever. Just know that it is a must that you have the intimacy.
So for couples out there that struggle with, with the lack of intimacy, like what is some things that a couple can do, or one or the other, to kind of spruce up they level of
Well,
intimacy?
one thing you have to understand that in a relationship or marriage or whatever, uh, that can play a big part on a person's mental health, especially the woman.
Right.
If there's no intimacy, right? Because her feelings is in there, his feelings not in there, and they can mess her up, her psyche. It can mess her up mentally, right? Because the women desire this emotional connection, right, and the closeness. So that intimacy is a very vital part of the essence. And the fellas, y'all got to understand this, that it's a must that you show affection to your woman. If not, someone will. Ain't no if and buts about it. Somebody else gonna show it to her. And say, "Oh man, shucks." Let me. You say he don't touch me. He don't want to touch me. He don't give me no hugs. He don't want to kiss me. He don't want to do all the things. We have sex. You just have sex, and that's it. That's all. That's it. I don't get nothing else. It's it.
Oh gosh, shucks, it's a shame. All right, so this let me see. Okay. All right, so I tweeted that out. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so all right, so if I asked a question about if your partner's not intimate, what it is that you can do to spruce up your intimacy with your partner. You kind of answered that. Where we at with it?
Boy, that was like really, we asked all them questions. We did everything that you said.
Right. So
Sex and intimacy, sex and intimacy is not the same thing.
yeah, we know that.
So at the end of the day, it's just a must that men, you have your woman. It is a must that you grab her, you hold her, you caress her, you rub her hair, rub her feet, you kiss her, give her those soft kisses, the massage, you know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
watched the video of the guy, he's doing his massage, right? And I'm like, boy, shucks, this man doing a good job. You understand me? But he wouldn't give my wife no massage. I had to learn this stuff and give her the massage like that myself.
And you have.
You know what I'm saying? And I give her a massage, you know what I'm saying? I got magic hands. Ooh. Got the magic hands. But on a real note, on a serious note, it is a must that intimacy play a major role in your relationship.
Yes.
In
Yes.
marriages, right? Because you're losing. Or if you're planning on being married, if you never got planning on getting married, and you never crossed that threshold yet, be prepared. Or if you should be doing that now, right? Showing intimacy, because it's not sex is a support, but intimacy is a bigger part.
And I want to say something before I forget and before we get off of here. You know, a lot of times when it comes to sex, you know, when you upset with your spouse and stuff, women and spouses like to hold back on sex, right? And I think that's a definitely no. Like that's one thing that I don't think that is good, but it's hard to. I know sometimes when you upset with your spouse, it's hard to have sex with your spouse when you upset, right? But but I think that's very important. I don't know, like that's something I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to come up and think of some stuff where I can, you know, what you looking like
I'm
that
just
for?
saying, I'm like, if you can be mad at me or whatever, if you touch that thing jumping up.
I can't stand him.
I don't care how mad you is, you understand me?
But
That thing
babe,
gonna
but listen.
thing
See,
gonna
that's
jump up.
easy for you, but for women, it's not that easy for us. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, if
we
you upset, you don't want to give a brother nothing.
yeah, that's what I'm
You know
saying.
what
But that's
You
not
turn
good
your
when you
back and
married.
everything.
Yeah, but
Turn
when you
over all the
married,
way on the side of the
But
bed.
you- but-
know,
but, let's say
I
this.
know when she get upset, she get all the way on the other side of the bed,
But-
and I turn on all the lights. What is going on up in here?
But-
Every night you right up underneath me. Now you way on the side.
But-
what I done did. Now my anxiety
But-
kicking in. My
but-
depression. I'm the
but-
right one.
but-
Wonder what's going on.
but,
You understand
babe,
me? It ain't nothing.
but, have I ever been upset with you and you tried to have sex and I refused?
I don't recall.
Right,
'Cause
right.
I don't get that upset.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying.
You gonna
but
give it to me. You gonna give me
you
it.
can't demand that like that.
I'm gonna get the
But-
pie.
but
I'm gonna
again-
get the pumpkin pie.
But
Sweet potato.
babe, it's serious though.
All right.
Because you know it says that in the Bible. You
What?
know, like men supposed to, you know, have sexual encounters with their wife and husband, you know, with their husbands supposed to have sexual encounters with their wives and vice versa. You know, that's important. So if it says it in the Bible, then that means it has to happen, right?
Yeah.
So that means that you shouldn't be able to turn sex down when you're upset. This is a controversial question.
No, you don't be turning down that. If you don't give it to, ladies, you better give that man something.
So
You understand
comment
me?
down below if y'all have an issue, right? If you're upset or you're mad with your spouse, are you giving him some? That's what I want to know. Are you giving your spouse some
No
if you're
matter how
mad at him?
you are, you gonna stop giving your spouse some of the pie
Yeah.
or the pickle.
But you shouldn't. But you shouldn't. But
You understand? You
people
can't
do
stop
that.
giving nobody nothing. You understand? You gotta give it. If y'all married, y'all got signed these papers, sickness and health.
So how you do that if you mad though? How you do that?
You better
so
get
if you
up,
a
man.
woman, just close your eyes, cover your ears, and just lay there like a.
I don't like that. I'm not,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
Gotta,
So
you
you
gotta
might as
work
well
back
know-
with me.
but that's what I'm saying,
understand?
so you
That be
might as
like
well-
I'm doggone making love to the dead. You understand
That's what I'm
me?
saying. So
If I'm going up and
so-
then I'm working it and working
Right.
it, you gotta work it right back with me.
Right,
You
so
understand
if
me?
you mad,
This
how
is a
you gonna work it
two-parts
back?
thing, right? This ain't you ain't doggone They ain't making love to no dummy.
Yeah,
You understand
it
me?
is.
This is a two-part thing. You understand?
But I'm upset. So how you do that?
You upset? You better get upset.
You better get
understand me?
unupset. Y'all hear that, America? So women, if you're out there and you're upset with your husband and you have a husband like mine,
Better get
you better get unupset. That's how. I'm gonna make us some shirts that say that. You better get
You
up.
better get unupset.
You better get unupset. I
Yes,
promise you, I'm gonna
indeed.
make us some
You better
shirts.
get unupset.
Y'all type that below. You better get unupset.
Hashtag, you better get unupset.
You better get unupset.
Yeah.
I heard that. Y'all
You
heard
better
it
get
from.
unupset.
Y'all heard it from Dr. Carter himself.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
better
see
get
it. You understand
unupset.
me? I see
Yeah,
it.
so-
You better get unupset.
And in conclusion, what do you have for us?
In conclusion, hold on.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
want to
get
put that.
in conclusion. Don't hold back on your woman. Ladies, don't hold back on your husband. Give it to them as much as they want.
Even if you're mad,
Even if you're mad.
even if you're upset.
You understand? Even if you're upset, even if you're mad, you understand me? You cannot
give it to him. Just give it to him. Or you better give it to her. You better give it to her. I'm trying to tell you right now. Don't hold back.
Just give it to him. Don't hold back. Just that was a song, wasn't it? Just give it to him.
give it to me. I just want to rock.
Body yada yada.
Body yada yada yada. That's what it is. With anyway, you know what I'm saying? We thank God for y'all, rocking out with me. You got anything else to say? So we gonna thank y'all for watching, you understand me?
Transformation. Tune into transformation. You'll feel amazing. Monday through Sunday, you know how we coming. Tune in.